The screen opens to water. Clear, sunlit, endless. Major Motoko Kusanagi. A body of chrome and flesh, in uneasy harmony, falls forward into the depths. The ocean swallows her with grace. For a moment, there is silence. The city above fades. The weight of Newport City's neon dream. The political conspiracies. The ceaseless hum of machinery. All are left at the surface. Below, there is only her body, suspended, drifting, a ghost in liquid blue. This is one of Ghost in the Shell's most iconic moments. It has no explosions, no hacking, no cyborg combat. Instead, it is a scene of stillness, a meditation rendered in motion. Why does it resonate so deeply? Because this dive is not about leisure or spectacle. It is philosophy embodied. The ocean here is not simply water, it is metaphor. A canvas for Kusanagi's inner life. Depth has always been the symbol of the unconscious, of origin, of return. To dive is to abandon certainty, to sink into the unknown. It is a voluntary surrender. For a cyborg, whose body is engineered for war, for surveillance, for the endless grind of state and corporate power, to leap into the sea is an act of defiance. It is to say, I am not only a weapon, not only an instrument. I am something that seeks silence, risk, dissolution. At the same time, the dive reminds us of Kusanagi's fragility. Her body is replaceable. Her shell is property of Section 9. But when she slips into the water, she chooses to risk it. A cyborg who cannot drown still courts the abyss. There is something paradoxical here. She is safer than any human in the sea, yet more aware of what it means to test the boundary between life and death. The act is both ritual and rebellion. Proof that her ghost still longs for authenticity. In this sense, the dive foreshadows what is to come. Later, Kusanagi will merge with the puppet master, dissolving the boundary between self and other, mind and machine. The dive is practice for that transcendence, a rehearsal in letting go. Submerging herself in water is not unlike submerging herself in code, in networks, in the infinite expanse of the net. The ocean is a mirror of cyberspace. Vast, opaque, filled with currents that carry you where they will. Both environments force her to ask, what am I, when stripped of control? To watch her dive is to be reminded of our own relationship with immersion. In 2025, we plunge not into seas, but into digital depths. We log on, scroll endlessly, surrender our ghosts to algorithms. Like Kusanagi, we test where the self ends and the system begins. Yet, unlike her, we rarely do so consciously. The Major's dive is not passive consumption, it is intentional, even sacred. She seeks meaning in descent, while we too often allow ourselves to drift. There is also the matter of embodiment. Kusanagi is a full cyborg. Her shell is synthetic, engineered for utility. And yet, she chooses to place that body into an environment hostile to machines. Water corrodes, short circuits, resists precision. In diving, she demonstrates that her body, however artificial, still has the right to seek wonder. She asserts agency, even if my flesh is fabricated, my longing is real. The dive affirms her humanity even as it strips away the illusions of control. The imagery is rich with tension, sunlight rippling on the surface, the abyss stretching below, bubbles rising like lost forts. We see her emerge, face upward, hair drifting like ink in water, and we understand this is rebirth. Every dive is a rehearsal for death, and every resurfacing a new beginning. Perhaps this is why the scene continues to resonate. In a world accelerating toward artificial intelligence, virtual immersion, and human-machine convergence, the dive speaks to a timeless truth. We long to test the edges of ourselves. We long to risk surrender, to step into the unknown, and to emerge transformed. The Major dives not to escape the world, but to feel the fragile thread of self against its vastness. In the end, the dive asks us the same question it asks Kusanagi. When you strip away duty, noise, and machinery, what remains of you? Do you dare to sink into silence and find out? That is the philosophy of depth, the courage to descend. And like the Major, perhaps each of us must dive, again and again, into the waters of our own uncertainty, if we are ever to surface changed.